Hello, everyone. Hi, parents. Thank you for being here tonight. I hope you have had your dinner. Wow, we have a lot of participants tonight. I'm so encouraged. I think, Nancy, you are very, very encouraged too. Your first
Yes.
webinar, all right? I didn't know we have so
Yeah.
many P3 and like P3, P4 parents, or maybe like so many parents want to learn model drawing. I actually prepared a poll. Do you mind if you help me out with this poll? Yeah, I would like to know who are our audience here. Okay, I'm just like asking like which level is your child in? Wow. Hey Nancy, we do have some P5, P6 parents with us. They
Wow. Okay.
want to
Well,
learn
P1
model
also.
drawing.
P1 as well.
Ah,
Good, they start early.
definitely. Oh, look at the numbers rising.
Mhm. Majority are P4s and
We
P5s.
yes. That is the right age. And the P1, P2 parents, a good start, a good head start. Yeah,
Mm.
just learn along the way. And over here, my second question, very simple one. I help my child with his or her math work. Never. Wow, that means this is a very cool and chill parent. Yeah, sometimes, most of the time. Good, good. Okay, so Nancy, I think we have an idea of who our audience
Mm-hmm.
are today. So do we
Yeah.
do model drawing in P6, P5, and P6, Nancy?
Yes, we do. There are still questions that we do model drawing. Yeah, and I see a lot of hands-on parents that most of the time, sometimes, and even always help their children in their homework. That's very good.
Yes. Wow. Okay, so we have two types of a couple of audience here. We have the parents alone who just want to learn, and we have parents and children learning together. Okay, they want to learn the processes together. This is a very good bonding time, and the children will feel very encouraged to see that you want to do this together with them. Okay, it is a lifelong journey. We show them how learning takes place, not to give up, and this will help them in the future. And then we have the last group, which is the mother open the laptop and say sit down, and so the kids are all sitting down and taking notes right now.
Oh
All works.
yes, do prepare your pen and your paper to take notes.
So let's put it this way, okay? Anjun asked, shall we have my child sit next to me? I
Mm.
would say, why not? Right? It's a free session. We are all learning together. How many tuition classes allow parents to sit in? You know, open the doors. Come on, parents, come in, sit down and learn together with us. This is the opportunity that we are opening our doors and show you model drawing techniques, different math strategies, and we welcome you to learn together with our children. Yeah. But if your kids have already like 6 hours of Zoom today, I think I think you can spare them lah. Right. Yeah. So it really up to you. If your kids are with you, of course, it will be the best. Yeah. Okay. Are we ready to rock and roll? Okay, Nancy, we have just hit past 100 participants. Okay.
Yeah.
I think tonight we'll
Wow.
have 200 participants.
I have my
Yes.
P1 student in as well.
Hi,
Okay.
Trevor. Okay. Are you all ready with your notes? A cup of water, coffee, okay, to perk
Mm-hmm.
yourself up. Okay,
Yeah.
the stage is yours.
All right, parents. Okay, welcome tonight for spending your precious evening with us to learn model drawing, and also all the students that are joining us. I'm sure that you are here willingly, not because this is a home-based learning or SLS that you need to be here. Okay, so tonight is going to be very relaxing. We're going to just share ideas of how we do model drawing with each other. All right, so let me just get started. Now, first, why BlueTree? Okay, for some of you are new to BlueTree. Okay, BlueTree itself, okay, blue itself is the color of the sky and the sea. All right, it's associated with depth and stability. So at BlueTree, we want to give people this very calming and relaxing feel, yet, okay, we want them to build their wisdom, their confidence, their intelligence, and we want to build the trust that you all have with BlueTree. Okay, so all the students here, we want to make sure that they are grounded firmly in their foundation for their learning. It's not just like to get the end result, to get the score, but we want their foundation to be really rooted. That means when they learn with understanding. All right, that's how we want to reach out to all parents and students. Now, let me just quickly introduce myself. I am actually the principal for the King's Arcade branch. Okay, myself graduated from NUS Bachelor of Science. I have actually 12 years of teaching experience. Started with being a trainer for PSLE, Math Heuristics, and also Math Olympia in MOE schools. I've also taught in private school and private education center. I also am certified in child psychology and counseling and special needs education. Okay, why do I do all this? Actually, I did a career switch from IT to teaching. The reason is because of my own children. Okay, after having children and also realizing that they went into GE, their high ability, I realized there's more that I need to learn to be able to help my own children. That's why I started to actually delve into this learning of math myself, and also understanding like what is child psychology, how to understand them better. And do you know that actually the GP HOD told us, okay, GP students are just another group of special needs students, okay, that we need to handle with care. It's just that it's also another group of students that learns differently from the mainstream children. So my study of this child psychology counseling actually helps me a lot to understand my children and to know how to motivate them, how to move forward together with them. All right, so enough of myself. Okay, so let's just kickstart. So what is model drawing? How did it first got started? Now, Singapore Math. Singapore Math is actually a three-step learning process, okay, that's based on this American psychologist called Jerome Bruner. Okay, his three steps of learning started with concrete learning, which is when a child is young, you actually touches things that is solid, like for example, you give them a dice, a marble, things that they hold and they count. So when you're starting with very young children, that's why you need to actually give them physical things to hold and to count. Even doing times table, groups of two, okay, give them physical things to play with that helps to enforce their learning. Don't just drill them 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. It doesn't make any sense to them. So give them things that they could really feel. All right, that's where they started with concrete learning. And after concrete learning, when they go into primary school, that's where we put things into pictorial. What does pictorial means? That means they draw. They could draw pictures, they could draw model, they could draw things that represents their understanding. All right, and from this pictorial, the next step will be abstract. When we go into abstract, there's like in secondary school, where we talk about algebra. Now, if you try to introduce a child to algebra at primary school level, you realize you're trying to skip the pictorial learning process. And by doing that, they cannot grasp the algebra yet because it's too abstract for them. All right, so that's why we have to go through model drawing. And from model drawing, actually it will bridge very nicely to abstract, which is algebra when they go to secondary school. And a lot of times, without this bridging, a lot of children are actually very lost. They went to secondary school, nobody explained to them, actually, algebra is the same as units and parts that you learn in primary school. So they get very lost. So we actually at BlueTree, we do this bridging for you. When they are at P6, we actually bridge them towards secondary so that they know whatever they have learned in primary school is not meant to be thrown away and start all over again. Actually, what they have learned is to build on to the abstract level that they are going to learn in secondary school. All right. Bar modeling is actually a pictorial method that Singapore Math adopt to solve word problem in arithmetic. All right, so we'll go into this pictorial methods much more. I know parents sometimes feel very lost, don't know how to do model drawing because all of us came from a generation that we do not do model drawing. Okay, we use other methods to learn our math, but not model drawing. But after actually myself, when I learned this model drawing, I find it's so much more useful for children because it's a visual tool. And being a visual tool, that's what appeals to children. You know, rather than just telling them math is a series of operations, plus, minus, multiply, divide. Okay, those are not enough. They actually need to see, they need to visualize it. So this visual tool called model drawing is really, really effective. And after you learn it yourself tonight, I'm sure you'll appreciate it much more. All right, so excited to carry on? Now, when do we draw model? There are certain scenarios that is good for model drawing. Okay, like when it represents part of a whole, this is what we'll be dwelling in tonight. What do you mean by represents part of a whole? There's also things when problem sums have comparison keywords like more than, less than, twice, thrice, 4 times. These are very good keywords that allows you to see, hey, actually this is good for me to draw a model to compare. All right. The next one will be before and after scenario. Okay, what happened before, what happened after? So I want to see what is the change. So model drawing can be applied into these 3 different scenarios. Of course, each of them will branch into very deep, many different variety, many different types. All right, sounds so simple right now, but actually there is a lot of depth into this model drawing. But we'll try to make it simple for you tonight. All right, so how does a child draw a model? Very important, but this sounds like, yeah, common sense, right? But actually this is very important because a lot of children when they do not follow all these rules, end up the model drawing is not effective. They cannot read it themselves and they do not know how to interpret it. All right, so first thing, use a ruler or model ruler, please, when you start to do model drawing, because some children cannot draw very straight lines. So end up the model drawing is not, it's out of proportion or they can't read it themselves. Okay, so when they start young, ask them to use a ruler, all right, or model ruler. But do take note, model ruler can only be used when they are in school. Okay, but when it comes to PSLE, model ruler is not allowed. Okay, so do not depend on model ruler until until P5, P6, because by then you realize you cannot use model ruler at PSLE, then you are stuck. So it's only when they were young, you can guide them by using a model ruler. Okay, what is a model ruler? If you want to know, we'll let you know later. I'm sure you can purchase it from the school bookshop and Popular. All right, now, next thing, use pencil to draw model because sometimes you need to erase, you need to shift your units. Sometimes you find that you didn't draw it proportionately, so you need to erase. So don't use a pen after that you find that you keep using correction tape over and over again. All right, now, I always advise my students, all drawings use a pencil because that's where you find that you can easily adjust your diagram. Okay, next, make it visible. Okay, avoid misreading. Your model drawing should be big enough for you to be able to cut it into equal parts and big enough for you to label, to write your numbers into it. All right, if not, you'll find that a lot of students, they draw the model, they count wrongly. 12 equal parts, after that they counted as 11 or 13. All right, so making it visible, very important, and to label it very clearly. Later, I'll show you what are the things that you need to label in a model. All right. Okay, now I'm just showing you some examples of the models that my students have drawn. Okay, over here, you'll see the different type that I talked about, the comparison. Okay, the first one, if you can identify, okay, this is actually a comparison model. All right, in a comparison model, you will have different ABC comparing. This is so-called before and after model. This is what we meant by part of a whole. And this one is also another comparison model. All right. Okay, so these are just some examples I want to show you to see that if they do their model very clearly, you look at the number of steps. It could range from just a single 1 step to 2 step to 3 step. You can solve the question. All right, so model drawing is effective. All right, now, let's go into what I want to go into today, part of a whole. Okay, for part of a whole, this is starting at level 1. That means level 1 is something like a P2 level. All right, not necessary like some school even at P1, they might do this. And some of these questions even at P3, they are still doing it. All right, so this is just example of a P1 level, which is for primary 2. So you have a question like this. Oh, some people already sending me answers. Okay, Tim has 20 marbles. I'm going to underline. Okay, Tim has 20 marbles. And mother gave him another 15 marbles. So how many marbles does did Tom have altogether? I know a lot of the children already start answering. Okay, so this is starting from first level, it'll be something simple. If you were to draw a model, you will first put 20 marbles for Tim, and then mother give him another 15. So you add on another model here, okay, which is 15. So this is what I mean by label, okay? You need to label this, okay, to show that what you're drawing. And they ask for all together, which means the total over here. Do remember to put a question mark to show that this is what you want to find. So you will have 20 plus 15, so the total will be 35. Thank you very much. A lot of the children already gave me the answer. Yes, so this is for level 1. Now let's move on to level 2. Okay, at the level 2, this is like about P3. The question will be slightly different. It says that mother gave him 30 marbles, and 10 of his marbles were blue, 6 of his marbles were red. The rest of them were green. You realize that I always encourage underline, okay? You underline the keywords. So how many green marbles did Tim have? All right, so you again start to draw your model. The mother gave him 30. So this is the whole set of marbles that's given. Label it from one end to the other end. There's 30 of them. Okay, and out of it, 10 of the marbles are blue. So just cut off. This is the 10 and label them blue over here. And 6 of the marbles are red. So cut off another part, put there 6, and these are the red marbles. So the rest are green. So that's over here, the green. So the question asks how many green marbles? Please put a question mark inside here. These are the green marbles. All right, so how do you find this? At the P3 level, you could teach them to add up the red and blue first. 10 plus 6 equals to 16. Okay, so this is the blue plus red marble. You can do this annotation so that you won't get confused what you're trying to find. So what about the green? So to find the green, yes, you take the total, 30 minus 16, which gives you 14. Yay, I see a lot of the students got this answer. That's very well done. I hope you are P2, P3. If you are P6 and showing me this, then that is okay. You should do more challenging ones. All right, let's move on. Okay, another kind of question that comes up at P3 level will be something like this. It says that the mother had some marbles. Okay, so you do not know how much marbles, and the mother gave Tim 30 marbles. So you underline the 30 marbles and give to the brother 10 marbles, and mother now had 4 marbles left. So how many marbles did mom have at first? So you realize this is working backwards. All right, so you started with, again, the mom's marble, but you do not know how much is it. So straight away, I'll put a question mark here because I do not know how much is this mom's marble. And then giving Tim 30. So somewhere inside here, you have put 30. This is for Tim. All right. And the brother 10. Okay, cut off here 10. Now, this is for the brother. Then you realize that, oh, mother had 4 left. You look at the piece that was left behind. I have actually I still left such a big piece. Is it okay to have 4 inside there? Yes. Okay. Your child does not need to adjust the model just because 4 is smaller than 10. All right, you can just leave it as it is. Because a model at this stage doesn't need to be really proportionate, that 4 must be less than 10 and 10 must be like 1/3 of 30. It's okay. So we leave the 4 inside. Now this is what was left. So which means the total that the mother had will be 30 plus 10 plus 4, which is 44. All right. Thank you, students, for all your answers. Okay, so we are still at level 3. Now let's move on. Okay, now the next level, level 3, P4. There's a P4 level. Just now was a P3 level. Okay, at the P4 level, you have questions something like this. The team has you realize I keep using team so they will be quite consistent. We don't have apples, pears, we just have marbles and team today. All right, team has 63 marbles and he gave 20 to Alex and some to Benny. And he has 1/7 of the marbles left. So how many marbles did he give to Benny? Now, such a question, you want to draw all your marbles, which is using one bar to represent your 63 marbles. So from one end to the other end is 63. Now, 20 is given to Alex and some given to Benny. There is a fraction here. All right, this fraction says 1/7. 1/7 means all the marbles are meant to be cut into 7 equal parts. All right, so please cut your model up into 7 equal parts. And after giving away, you realize there is supposed to be 1/7 left. So out of these 7 units, 1 unit here is left. All right, and the rest are given to Alex and Benny. So I do not know where it's given to Alex. I can just make a estimation. Doesn't matter where you draw it. 20 is given to Alex and the other amount is given to Benny. All right, now for such question, I will start with the left because I know there's 1 unit here. And the total, there must be 7 units. So 7 units is 63. So 1 unit is actually 9. Correct? 63 divided by 7. So which means whatever left is 9. So 63 minus this part that was left, which is 9. Okay, I just put here. There's 9 marbles inside here. 63 minus the 9 marbles and minus whatever was given to Alex, which is the 20. That's where I will get my final answer for Benny, which is yes. Okay, so many of you got this 34. Very well done. All right, but did you draw your model correctly? That's very important. All right, thank you, student, for all your answers. Okay, parents, all right, no questions. We'll move on. Yes, thank you. So you drew your model. Okay, now moving on. Now I have another question that is for P4 level. Okay, this question is slightly different from the previous one. Again, it started with marbles, but now you do not know how much marbles. So, Tim has some marbles, and he gave 3/8 of them to Alex and 28 marbles to Paul. They tell you, now he had 22 marbles left. Okay, so how many marbles he have at first? When the question asking for at first, it means he's telling you to work backwards. All right, the concept here, you want to work backwards to what was the beginning. So I do not have a beginning. I do not know. How much is it? I'll just draw a bar to represent Tim's marble at the beginning. Another fraction is shown here. Yes, thank you. Okay, 3/, I'm looking at all the answers that the students are providing. 3/8 of them, which means that the whole part of his marbles is cut into 8 equal parts. All right, so I'll do into 4 and then 8 equal parts. 3 units out of the 8 units are given to Alex. So these 3 went to Alex. And then 28 marbles went to Paul. Inside here will be Paul plus the left. Okay, I do not know how much to cut it into, but Paul plus the rest. The left I know is 28 plus 22, which gives me 50 over here, correct? So with this 50, I know that is how many units over there? If you can count with me. Okay, I use a different color. If you take note, this part here is 5 units. So 5 units is that 50. So yes, you draw your model too, thank you. Now, 1 unit will be 50 divided by 5, which gives you 10. Always remember, we always want to find what is 1 unit. All right, the key to solving everything is finding 1 unit first, then we proceed to answer the question. A lot of times, another mistake that children make is that they found 1 unit, very happy, that's the answer. But it's not. Okay, you need to read the question. How many marbles did he have at first? So at first, we actually drew 8 units. So the question is looking for 8 units. So 8 units is 80. Okay, very good. Let's move on. All right, another example of a P4 questions. You have information about team. Team has 24 marbles. Half of them are big ones, and 1/3 of them are small ones, while the rest are medium ones. So how many medium ones does he have? All right, in such cases, you realize that I have two fractions, but these two fractions are different denominator, but they are all referring to the them. And what is this them? They are that 24 marbles. Take note of that, is that 24 marbles. So if that 24 marbles, I can't cut it into 2 and 3 at the same time, right? So I need to make sure their denominator is the same. So we will teach the children half and 1/3, change it to the same denominator, which is 3/6 and 2/6. So now we know the 24 marbles must be cut into 6 equal parts. All right, and 3 of the 6 equal parts are the big one. Just now, this was my big and this was my small one. Okay, so I will choose 3 and put this as my big marbles, and 2 of it, these are my small marbles. All right, so where are the medium ones? It must be this little unit left. So the question asks for the medium. You can put a question mark inside there. That's what we want to find. All right, so we start by doing 6 units equals to 24 marbles. So 1 unit will be 24 divided by 6, which gives me 4. So in this case, very nicely, that 1 unit is my medium size because I only wanted that 1 unit. So this will give me the answer. All right. Okay, I have made some variety to this question. It varies from the previous one. Now, team now has 24 big and small marbles. Okay, only 2 types, big and small ones. 1/4 of the marbles are big one, and half of the small marbles are blue, while the rest are green. Now, question asks for how many green marbles are there? So, parents, do you think that right now I should change the denominator to the same? What do you think? Children are so used to changing denominator to the same that a lot of times when they did not read this question carefully, yes, thanks parents, yeah, the answer is no. Oops. Okay, take very close look at it. See the keywords that I highlighted here? Okay, 1/4 of the marbles. Okay, this marbles refers to all the 24 marbles. But half of the small marbles, okay, the small marbles is only half of the small marbles, not half of all the marbles. So the question is different. All right, so in such case, we do not want to change it to the same denominator because we are not talking about the whole set of the 24 marbles. Okay, let's tackle this part by part first. I would want to first look at 1/4 of all the marbles. So I will draw my 24 marbles. Okay, let me change back to blue. Okay, from here to here, I have 24 marbles. And out of this, 1/4 are big ones. So this model, I will have to cut into 4 equal parts. Yes, correct. All right, 4 equal parts. And one of these equal parts is the big one, which means the rest of it must be all my small. These are my small marbles. Okay, and half of these small marbles are blue. How am I going to cut it into half? So we always teach children to do a remainder model. Remainder model means that we want to bring this remainder down, okay, the small, bring it down, redraw it. Okay, I will redraw my remainder and this small marbles, and I cut it into half. So this is where my blue marbles are, and the rest are green. So I need to find the green, which is over here. How do I do that? If you study the model very carefully, you want to find your 1 unit of the big marble first. All the 4 units will be 24. So one big unit, 1 unit of the big marbles is actually 24 divided by 4, which is 6. Okay, so knowing that this is 6, if you want, you can put back into a model. 6, 6, 6. So how many small marbles do I have? Yes, you do a 6 times 3. So all your small marbles will be 6 multiplied by 3, which is 18. And if I have 18 of the small marbles, how many of them are the green ones? You need to cut the 18 into half now, okay, because the green one occupied half of it. So 18 divided by 2, which is 9. All right, so the answer is 9. Okay, some of you were asking the question, why don't I split the model up here at this stage? There are times when it's easy to split like this, but as you go up, later you will see my P5, P6 questions, it make it not very possible to start splitting the model up. Okay, sometimes when you split the model, you end up having to cut into many, many little parts. All right, so we always teach you to bring it down. Okay, bring the part where there is the small marbles, bring it down to redraw it. Okay, next, I'm moving to the next level, so-called level 4, which is my P5, P6 question. Why P5, P6? Actually, when it comes to P5, P6, it's very hard to draw a line between, is it P5 or P6? Because whatever is taught in P5, they build on at P6. And P6, you have to revise back everything that you learned at P5. All right, so this is a P5 come P6 question. Now, let's read the question. A jar, okay, is 1/3 filled with pineapple juice. Then when additional 5 liters of pineapple juice was added, it became 5/6 filled. What is the capacity of the jar? Okay, a lot of students at P4, those are P4, P3, will not understand what is capacity. All right, capacity means how much the jug can hold. All right, it's the maximum amount of pineapple juice that the jug can hold. So how do I find out that? This question might look complicated, but we could easily solve it with a model. Okay, I'm going to draw the whole jug first, which is one big bar. All right, when it's 1/3 filled with the pineapple juice, means I'm going to cut into 3 parts. Okay, so this part is filled at first, okay, with the pineapple juice. Then when additional, okay, I won't put the word filled. That doesn't, okay. This is the first set of pineapple juice that I have poured inside. Then when additional 2 liters of the pineapple juice was added to this jar, it became 5/6 filled. Now, if you look carefully, here we have drawn 3 units. And when it's supposed to be 5/6 filled, means that now my jug is supposed to be 6 units. Okay, so in that case, when it's 6 units, we would want to split it. 3 units to split into 6 units means every one I will cut into 2 more. All right, so after I filled with more pineapple juice, you realize that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all these are filled up. So this is my second set of pineapple juice. And this second set of pineapple juice is actually 5 liters. All right, so you realize that 3 units is actually 5 liters. And the capacity of this jug, would you want to go to find 1 unit over here? You realize you will end up with a decimal or a fraction, which is not easy to deal with. All right, so we will not want to do that because by observation, just now we have drawn, after cutting, this is 6 units, right? If 3 units is 5 liters, 6 units will be, yep, 5 times 2, which gives you 10 liters. So at P5, P6, this is what they will be required to know. Of course, that's not all.
There's a questions by Erica.
Uh,
Mm.
oh, okay. Okay, one of the, is it parent or child? Okay, I'm not sure. Okay, they ask, if they say capacity, do we leave our answer in cm cube, liters, or milliliters? All right, if it's capacity, normally what we do is we leave it according to the question. If you go back to the previous question, they are asking in terms of liters. So in this case, we will leave it in terms of liters, okay, that the capacity the jug can hold up to 10 liters of juice. All right, because she's asking, should I put it in cm cube, liters, or milliliters? If the question did not say, you always follow what the question has given you, which is in liters. Okay, moving on to the next question. I'll go slower because now we are going to more challenging questions, right? Okay, there are some people who raise hand. Do you have a question? If you have, please type it into the chat group and we can answer you. We have Mrs. Lee spent 1/5 of the money she had, an additional $20 to buy a bag. All right, this question is a mix of fraction and money. So 1/5 of the money she had, an additional, that means other than that 1/5, she also have to add on $20 to buy a bag. She then spent 1/3 of her remaining money to buy a wallet. So she realized she still has some money left, so she decided to buy a wallet with 1/3 of her remaining money. After that, she had $120 left. Question asks, how much money she have at first? So remember we said just now, when they ask for at first, you are looking for, you are trying to work backwards. From the end result back to the initial, how much money she has. Okay, so we want to do a work backwards. So how do we work backwards to find back the amount of money? Okay, I will clear off some of the space because this question needs a lot of working, so I need a lot of space. Okay, now let's start with her money. All her money are used 1 bar to represent. And the first part, it says spent 1/5, which means that the money I have to cut into 5 parts, 5 equal parts. I'll try to make it as equal as I could. So 1/5 of it, an additional $20. Means that one piece is not enough. There is a $20 inside here that I need to take out in order to buy the bag. Now, is that $20 half a unit? No. All right, do not assume there's half a unit. It's just a part of it, which I do not know how much of a unit. So I just put a $20 there. Now, this is her remainder, right? Remember we said when there's a remainder, I want to bring it down and redraw it. If you can see, I'm actually just redrawing this whole part, bring it down over here. Okay, and this is my remainder, my remaining money. All right, and after I bring this remaining money down, I want to divide it into 3 units again, because now she spent only 1/3 of this remaining. So I'm going to cut this into 3 equal parts. So these 3 equal parts, only one is used to buy a wallet. If one is used to buy the wallet, the other part is the money that is left, which is over here. So this money that is left, the question tells me that is $120. Now, if it's $120, yes, you will see that the $120 very nicely make up these 2 units. All right, so I will need to take the 120 divided by 2, which gives me 60. So inside here, each of these will be 60. Okay? Okay, if this is 60, then the wallet here is the same size as the red color unit. So this is also 60. Okay, so at this point, I am quite done with the remaining money. The remaining money is all these red color parts. So I know my remaining money is actually 60 times 3, which is $180. Okay, so now I'm going to bring this $180 up to the model above, back to the original model. And I can label here. From here to here is actually $120. Sorry, $180. Now, knowing that $180 is 3 of the blue units plus a bit. I do not know how much is that a bit, but I know if I were to add it all up from here, see my green color? Follow me? This whole green color part, if I were to add it all up, it is very nicely, just now, how many units? The green color? 4 units of the original model. Okay, but that means I have to add on this 20. There's a 20 here. I have to add it together with the 180 and to make up that 4 units. So at this stage, I'll write down that 4 units, the 4 green units is actually 180 plus 20, which gives me 200. So if 200 is the 4 green units, so one of the green units will be 200 divided by 4, which gives me 50. We already know each of this little part is 50, 50, 50. And this one of this is also 50. And this shaded part must be also 50. So back to the original model, you have how many sets of 50? We have 5 sets of 50, right? Because the money, we actually cut it into 5 equal parts. So 5 times 50, which gives you 250. All right, so in your answer, please put down the dollar sign. Okay, when you give the final answer, it'll be $250. So again, the keywords over here that is very important is remaining money. All right, and this is 1/5 of the money she had. So these are 2 different things. Okay, when it's different, the 2 fractions, again, we do not change it to the same denominator. Must we give the answer, the full answer? Okay, so the full answer here, you do not need to write the answer statement. Okay, in Singapore marking, you just need to put $250, but of course you must show all your working. Okay, all this working, all these steps here are very important. You need to show, because a question like this probably is about 3 marks, 4 marks. Okay, so you need to show your steps. Okay, let me move on. I hope parents are learning together. Okay, there's no, we are not trying to judge whether we know or we do not know, but we want to learn together to help our children. So some parents asking, what if I get this wrong? Does it mean I have to go back to school? No, you can learn along the way, because that's where actually when we have kids, we learn together with the kids. All right, that's a part of the fun of parenthood, right? To learn what they are learning, and you realize that what they are learning now is much more than what we used to learn. Okay, so it's good to learn together with them. All right, let's move on. Okay, the last 2 questions I want to cover is actually came out for PSLE. And I just want to show that actually modeling can be used to solve PSLE question. Modeling does not stop at P4 and then after that you throw away and use something else. No, it can be used even in P6 questions as well. All right, let's read this question together first. Okay, you have a box, and this box contains red, blue, and yellow beads. 1/4 of the beads were red. 2/9 of the remaining beads are blue. See, keyword again, remaining beads. A lot of children will not see that if they don't underline. They will just look at beads and beads. Okay, it's beads and remaining beads. So what fractions of the beads in the box are yellow? We have a bar that represents all the beads. So let's start with the first part. 1/4 of the beads are red. So I will cut the unit into 4, right? Because I need to get 1/4 out. So 4 equal parts. And this is the red. 2/9 of the remaining beads are blue. The remaining, I actually have this whole part, which is 3 units. If I were to bring them down, as I always do, bring them down and redraw it. This is the same remainder. Okay, that 3 units. But now they say that it has to be out of 9. Okay, do you see the 9 there? The remaining bits have to be cut into 9 equal parts. So I will have to cut into 9 equal parts. So I realized that if I cut into 9 equal parts, here, each of the top is very nicely cut into 3 units, 3 units, and 3 units. Why I do not want to cut them into 3 units? Because sometimes the numerator can be the denominator can be so big that it could be 10 units inside. Okay, so instead of cutting and counting, and then after that, the whole thing gets so complicated, I would actually want to just write down, okay, 3 units, because I know 3 units, 3 units, 3 units all add up to my 9 units. And out of this, 2 of these were blue, which means the red is also another 3 units. So what fraction of the bits in the box? Okay, the whole box, the total, you will have 12 units, right? If you have summed it all up from here all the way to here, you will add up to 12 units. So the blue took up 2 units of it. So it's 2 out of 12. Okay, so that's my blue. But the question is not asking for the blue, but the question is asking for my yellow, which is here. Okay, what fraction of the bits are yellow? So based on the model, you know that the yellow here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, you have 7U. So the yellow will be actually 7 out of 12. Okay, you can see that this is a paper 1 question. All right, so actually by drawing the model, one step you can get to the answer. Okay, there's a question. Okay, once the children learn to multiply 2 over 9 by 3/4, yes. Okay, some of them can't. When they see, okay, there's another way of solving this as one of the parents pointed out. Okay, looking at this, 2 over 9 of the remaining, okay, 2 over 9 of the remaining means actually 2 over 9 multiplied by the remaining, which is 3/4. Yes, some of them can, but not everybody, I would say, not all children by P6, they are able to do that. Some, when they're panicked, they forgot how to do this multiplication, or like you see, they have to remember that, oh, this 2 over 9 times 3/4 only gives me the blue. So if I want the yellow, how do I get the yellow? Which is 7 over 9 multiplied by 3/4. Okay, so this is higher order thinking which they need to know. Branching method, yes, you can do that, but if you know this is a paper 1 question, if this is a 2 marks, you only have about 2 minutes to do that. All right, so time is important. Oh, some people asking me, why is this 3/4? 3/4 because of the remaining, because 1/4 are the red, so this remaining is the 3/4. All right, using ratio, okay, possible, but as I said, for paper 1, we want to do it as fast as we could. So for such a question, you do not need a lot of calculation. So a model can be useful in this case. All right, any more questions? Let me see. Oh, there's a question. How do you tell that the red color part is 3 units over here? Okay, because do you see that my model, all the blue color units are the same? So if this is 3, this is 3, this is 3, this one must be 3 because it's 4 equal parts. Any more questions? Oh, use algebra. As I mentioned, algebra is the abstract part already. So unless your child is very advanced, okay, do not try to attempt to teach them algebra at this stage, because they are trying to teach them something that's beyond their level can absorb. All right, we want them to, because to them, actually for children, this visual model is very easy to accept. Okay, they can see it very easily and it makes sense to them, rather than telling them, oh, let X be something and let Y be something. Okay, I hope I've answered your questions. Yeah, algebra you can use if you're really very confident in it. And yes, in PSLE, they do accept But if you are doing this in school, some school might not accept. All right, it depends on the school, depends on the teachers that is marking your paper. Okay, let's move on. Now, one more question that I want to look into. Okay, this is a paper 2 question in 2017, question 3. Let's try to understand this question together. This is a bit longer. Okay, Mrs. Lee had a bottle of orange juice. All right, so nothing very important in the first line, so I'm not going to underline anything there. Okay, she drank 600 ml of the juice in the morning and 1/6 of the remaining juice in the afternoon. You realize that over here, I have been so kind to put all the remaining in red color to make it strike out that you can see. But in exam, nobody is going to highlight that for your child. So your child have to be very observant when they see the word remaining, remainder, the leftover, please pay very good attention to it and highlight it, okay? Because this is the part where if you miss it, your calculation will go wrong. All right, it's because the understanding of the question is not correct. Okay, so after she drank 600 ml in the morning, 1/6 of the remaining juice in the afternoon, you realize that after that, there was half a bottle of juice left. So how much of the juice did she drink in the afternoon? Okay, again, this is a very good model question. All the juice that she have, put it in a bar. Okay, this question you realize it does not take a lot of calculation to do if you have the right model. So 600 ml, I do not know how much is that. We will just make estimation somewhere here. This is my 600 ml of juice. And then there's a remaining juice, which is here, my R. And I'm going to bring this down. Again, remainder I want to bring down and redraw it. Please remind your child, I'm not making double. I'm not doubling the remainder. I'm just bringing the remainder down and draw it again. Okay, so after I bring the remainder down, now she drank 1/6 of it. 1/6 of this remainder part, which is the R. I'm going to cut this into 6 equal parts. Okay, and now 1/6 of it is drank in the afternoon. And the question is asking this part. How much is that? You realize there's one more piece of information we have not used. That is over here. There is half a bottle of juice left, which means that over here, this is half a bottle. How many units is half a bottle? Can you see? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 units is half a bottle. So half the bottle equals to 5 units. Where is the other half of the bottle? You might want to ask. If she's left with half a bottle, means that she has drank half a bottle, which means from here all the way to here, do you see is the other half B? Okay, and this half B is made up of 601 unit because this is the 1 unit if I bring it back up. Correct? So half a bottle is actually 5 units, and half a bottle is also 1 unit plus 600, which means that this 600 must be 4 units because half a bottle is 5 units. From the model, your child should be able to derive that 4 units is 600. So what is 1 unit? Again, when we get to 4 units, we always want to find 1 unit first because that is the key to solve our questions. Okay, with that 1 unit, I always tell my student, after you get 1 unit, the rest is history. You know how to solve. You can find anything under the sun. All right, because you already found that 1 unit is like the basic unit of your model. Okay, so in this case, 600 divided by 4, what do you get? 150. Okay, and let's read the question again. The question asks for the amount of juice that she drank in the afternoon. So the afternoon is here, which is that 1 unit. Okay, so that's it. So the answer is 150 ml. Yeah, recently this is quite a common question is coming up for exam. Okay, to recognize the remaining is how much of the original part. Okay, how did I get 5 units for half a bottle? Okay, I have a question from a parent. How do I have the 5 units there? Okay, let me just use a highlighter to highlight it. The 5 unit is here because this remainder refer back to here. She drank 1/6 of the juice. Okay, that means the remaining juice, you have to cut into 6 units. So after I cut into 6 units, she drank 1 unit. Over here was drank, the one that color red. So the remaining, it has to be 5. So, and that 5 units is half a bottle. So I know that the other half of the bottle is also 5 units. Okay, is there other methods to do this? Yes, there will be. Yes, you can make use of fractions comparison. All right, but it's really getting the, if you see here, what I'm trying to show you is getting the understanding of the question. So what is model drawing? Model drawing is not an answer in itself. All right, as I always tell my student, you can draw anything you want to make sure you understand the question. So model drawing is one of it. But I do have students who will draw pictures because sometimes they don't understand the question. They can draw pictures, it's fine. All right, examiner will not penalize you for drawing a picture over there. But in this case, we can draw a model to help you to understand. So model drawing itself is about visually understanding the question, visualizing what the question is asking about, rather than a lot of times when students don't draw the model, what happens is that they will just take fractions, 1/6 half, okay, plus them, minus them, and then they see a 600 ml, okay, divide by the 600, you know, randomly doing. A lot of times you might see your child doing that, randomly taking numbers and plus them, minus them, divide. Hopefully they get to the answer. All right, so doing without understanding will not get you far. Sometimes by chance you might get to the correct answer, but if you do not understand it, once they twist the question, which is what PSLE does nowadays, they always twist the question. Whatever question that you've been doing for normal practice, they will give it a twist during the PSLE. So understanding is very important. The foundation is key to really be able to comprehend the question and then work in, link up all the information that you're given and solve the question. All right. So yes, there's a question that's asking about this part. I use, let me see what other color do I have, black. Okay, here. Can I write half B equals to 5U? All right, yes, you can write this, but please do not write half equals to 5 or 5U. Okay, what is half? Half is a number. If 5U is half, that means 1U must be half divided by 5, right? So it's different from half a bottle equals to 5 units. All right, yeah, that's a good question. Any other questions?
Well, the common mistake that pupils always make is they write half equals to 5. Nancy, can you show them?
Okay.
When we mark PSLE paper, we often see this half equals to 5. All right. So if half equals to 5, then what happens to 2 over 2 equals to 5? Nancy, can you write the next one? 2 over 2 equals to 5. Then the parents can see what happens. Are you trying to say the left-hand side is 1 equals to 5? Yeah, so in this case, it's penalized heavily, 0 marks.
Mathematically, this is not a sound statement. Okay, half cannot be 5. All right, 5 is 5, half is half. Okay. Yeah, we still see a lot of this. We have to keep telling them, reminding them not to write such statement.
Yeah.
Okay, any other questions?
Yes. Writing the keywords, units. Okay, so Cindy asked, can we use arrow? It's a common question. Arrow equals dash, all accepted. Okay, we have done the poll in class before. You know, with 10, 15 pupils in the class, we did a poll. Those who school teachers say use equal, then some pupils will raise hand. whose school teacher say can use dash, another group will raise hand. And who says use arrow, then you have another 1/3 raising hand. So it means that they look around and they say, oh, so everything is accepted. Yeah. At PSLE, we do not penalize because you use a arrow or an equal. We penalize because they write half equals 5. When it's mathematically unsound, like how Nancy had showed it just now, half equals 5. Whether you use arrow, dash, or equal symbol, it really doesn't matter anymore. Yeah, so what's important is your children actually put in a lot of effort to write keywords like boys and girls and bottles and Monday and Tuesday and morning and afternoon. If not, they get lost in the story. Yes, definitely yours work. 2 units equals to 10. Yes. Yeah. Oh, you have a lot of questions. Okay, bottles is not a SI unit. So SI unit we are looking for is like standard units like cubic meters, liters, centimeters, kilograms, dollar sign, what else, cents, years, days, and months. Yeah, you cannot just say how old is a child? 5. Yeah, I mean, if the whole story is in years, then you'll be quite safe that it's like 5 years. But if the whole story has a combination of days and years and months, then don't assume that the 5 is clearly stated. So yeah, so the years and months thing, my students do often say that it's not important to write, but I think it's still a very important way to actually check in your own work. However, bottles and balls and marbles, that one is okay, not to write it. Yeah, that's right, Ivy, you're correct. Only standard units are required in PSLE. Yes.
Yeah, I
And
think that the years, a lot of students keep leaving it. They always left it out, whether it's years or months. Yeah, because it makes a difference. When you're measuring age, doesn't mean that all age you measure in years, right? Like a baby, you measure in days old. Some could be months old. Yeah, so the units, whether months and years, they should write it down.
yes, yeah. Any more questions? Yeah. Okay, so Nancy, can you allow me to share?
Yep.
Thank you.
Uh,
Yes, parents, I know.
okay.
Thank you for your kind attention. You are just so awesome. You are y'all tired? You just said through in school, right? It's considered 2-period lesson. They are like approximately 2 hour, 2 30 minutes, right? So this is like 2 hours of lesson already. Yeah. Can you see my slide? Oops. Let
Yep.
me just no, I'm at the last slide, in fact. Allow me to, yeah, I was just checking through. Yes, so I didn't do this intro right at the beginning. Some of you are new parents because I always give talks to the P5 and P6 parents. So we do have quite a good group of P1 to P4 parents here. So just a very quick intro that BlueTree was founded by Joe and myself, and we taught for many years, too many years. And I'm a math specialist and I taught a couple of years, 10 years in the GEP program. So this is teacher Nancy. You have heard her. Really vast experience. You know, a mother turned into an educator. I think a lot of you must be, you know, even myself marvel at that. Yeah, and she has helped many pupils. This is really one, not just one, okay, we have many. This is one of the fantastic testimonial that the child actually came to her at 58% and went up to 68 upon 80, and that is really an amazing result and improvement. And many pupils have came to us, and within short 3 months, you can see a great improvement in their results. Okay, just sharing with you the timeline. So we do have a group of parents here, a mix of parents. So some of you understand that we have gone into May at this moment. Topical teaching is happening, but apparently May has stopped for holiday. So it's revision period for your children. And June is a time to consolidate all the learning when they go back to school again. There will be a lot of revision and teaching and topical lessons. In August, whether P6 kids or any other levels, you all have to be ready for your term 3 exams. right? So if you have no term 3 exams, I'm not too sure is that really a good sign. I'll just leave that comment for you to think through, okay? And as for my P6 parents here, you will know, okay, PSLE is going to start in August. And for the P5 parents, you will know, okay, roughly this is like in a year's time, the timeline looks like that. And by September, all of us will be preparing for more exams, and parents, you will all be preparing your children for the last lap of revision, okay? That's like SA2, isn't it? Okay, primary 1 to primary, maybe primary 1 don't have lah, primary 2 to primary 6, everybody, okay, last lap revision. So these are the topics that are being added. So the P4 parents that are sitting in now, the P3, P4, okay, you will see that the exams for your group of your children is very geared towards a lot of visual angles, lines, symmetry, area parameter, tables, and graph. This like take up like almost 50% of the paper already. And the children usually score very, very well because they can pick up a lot of points, marks from all these pictorial, visual kind of question. And then the other 50% will be factors, whole numbers, fractions, and decimals. When you cross over to primary 5, okay, so you be ready, P4 crossover P5. And all those P5 parents that are sitting in right now, you already know maybe, but because of this whole COVID issue, you probably don't feel the intensity actually. All right, so the questions from 2D becomes 3D, more formulas to memorize. Angles at primary 4 is so simple, okay, parallel line and right angles. By the time you reach primary 5, we are talking about a lot more properties. By the time you reach primary 6, we are talking about angles in polygons. By P6, you will have very few topics to cover. And this year, our P6, I do not know if we call it a privilege of having less topics in the exam. So P6 parents who are sitting in here and the other parents who are listening in, if you just take a look at this visually, I remove 3 topics here, all right, assuming they are 5 marks each. So where do I dump by 15 marks? How is SEAB going to allocate 15 marks into the paper? Don't you think so? Going to be like one more ratio question, one more angles question, and one more composite figure question example. So are your children good at these topics? You have less to study for, but you better master the rest. And when I was setting for the PSLE papers, this is the table given to me. And yeah, take a picture if you want. P3 parents, P1, P2 usually are quite chill, right? So P3 parents to P6 parents, please take note. Numbers, measurement, ratio, percentage, fraction, decimals, all these comprise about 65% of the paper. All right, more than 50% of the paper. You want to do well, you want to just cross over a B, pass the paper, you better master all these. What are the heuristics? These are the very important heuristics. Model drawing is a strategy, a technique. But behind all this strategy and technique, there are other things that will help you do well and master mathematics. So it includes knowing your heuristics as well. Okay, and all these things we'll cover in our holiday program as well as our regular lessons. So yes, I think this is really very important. It goes hand in hand with model drawing. It goes hand in hand with ratio approach and other strategies that we use. So don't get mixed up between strategies and heuristics, okay? Just a quick one, I'm not teaching. You all know this, right? So you stretch out your hand now and you look at your own hands and imagine your fingers are all the lampposts. So if you look at your fingers, you will realize that you have 5 fingers and 4 spaces, and gaps is always less. So whenever your children do a lamppost question, tree planting question, stretch out their hand and that is the answer. Why? Because kids always ask this question, teacher, +1 or -1? Does that sound familiar to you? Right? At home when you're teaching, you also go like, yeah, +1 or -1? Last question is plus. How come today this question is minus? So think about these 2 keywords, lamppost and spaces. There are 2 different keywords that will help you understand and solve such questions. And just now that lamppost question is related to number questions like this, number patterns. They are totally related, but I'm not going to dwell too much into this, okay? The numbers that jump in between and the intervals is 2, those are the intervals, all right? And these are very common questions tested. Nancy, am I right? From P2, P3, right?
Yes.
All the way to P6, right?
Actually, I started P1. P1 already started learning this.
Yeah, that's right. I think my picture froze, but I think all of you can still hear me. So how to ace that math test, right? Right, okay, is to understand the concepts. You must master the formulas. You must know what, you need to apply. And number three is something that it sounds so cliche, but it is so true. Practice make perfect. Whether you bake a cake or to fry that fragrant fried rice, you will really, really need to keep practicing to perfect that skill. Okay? So how to build confidence in mathematics, right? Okay, we will really, really like to help you. And this holiday is really the best time. In May, there will be no more HBL for your children. There will be no checking in with the teachers. Um, I don't think there's submission of homework at all because I think my three kids are super free. So join us for a Marks enrichment, this Marks Accelerator program, MAP, okay, is open for registration. We are almost full for some modules. So you are going to learn a lot of strategies, methods, and heuristics other than the model drawing techniques, okay? So what do we have to offer, isn't it? We used to do it like consecutive, like 3 lessons, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday on 3 days. But we got to make it more productive for your child, okay? If we run Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, then you wonder what happens to the next 2 weeks of the month. So we decided to run for 3 consecutive weeks. If you choose a Monday slot, just carry on 3 Mondays with us. And the Tuesdays and Wednesdays and all, you can continue with your other lessons. So no matter which level you're at, you can have a preview of this now. So the P4 students, 2 hours lesson, topics. P5 students, you will have all these and we'll definitely put in a lot of heuristics, and P6 as well, okay? Of course, P6, we have reviewed the topics. All those that are not tested, I've removed from the program. And if you're interested, just WhatsApp us at this number. You can take a photo of this, email us at contact@BlueTreeEducation.com. Okay, so you can find out more about the program. You can also quickly just go to our website right now and go and click on holiday program, click, and you can check out and payment, and very quickly you can join us next week. Okay, there are pupils who come especially for our program, just for program. Really received so many messages today, and parents are just asking, I'm not your BlueTree student, can I come for your map only? I said, sure, you're most welcome. We want to help, and we really want to help you and your child. So come and attend our workshop, and after which go back to your regular tutors. It's okay. Yep, or maybe you are the best tutor. We have other teachers in the house as well. We have teacher Fabian, who is very jovial, really, really good with the kids. You know, some students work very well with male teachers and some students work very well with female teachers. So we have a mix of both. And I guarantee you, your children is going to have a wonderful experience at BlueTree. And other than that, we also have teacher Sherlyn and teacher Sukma. They are both very experienced in teaching, very caring, very kind, very nice, firm. I must say they are also very firm. Okay, homework not done, they will come after you. They are very, very well received and well liked by the students as well. So practice creates confidence, and you must believe that confidence empowers you, isn't it? Okay, so let us help your child. Let your child learn a couple more heuristics, firm up their foundation so that they can move on the next part of the year with a lot more confidence, right? So this is always happening. Today that you are here with us shows that you are really the parent who really wants to work with your child. That's why you are signing up for tonight. Why would you want to spend the evening with us, right? You could be just on your phone looking at Facebook. You could be probably watching your Korean movie, but you have already skipped all those to be here with us. And so I think you are the parents that we are looking for so that we can work together to help your child. All right, we do have online lessons that's ongoing. It has gone on for like 1.5 months. We are doing great. A lot of positive feedback from parents. No deposit, no registration, low entry. Just come in and say, I need some lessons to occupy my kid for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Just pay the number of lessons, okay? Just pay 3 lessons or 4 lessons, and that's it, okay? After which you can go back to your old tutors, your centers when they're open, or yeah, whichever arrangement that you have, because I know some tutors stop their lessons completely, not coming to their house, and the kids just need some help. to be occupied and for this period of time. So we have English, math, science, and even Chinese. So just email us at info@bluetreeeducation.com and we will reply you. Plus, please put in more like how old your child is and what information you need so that we can get back to you as fast as possible. If you can put your contact number, will be great. I'll call you tomorrow. So those P6 parents who are sitting in, this is a new first time ever PSLE prep course. The P5 parents who are sitting in, you can also have and look forward to next year. We are only running for pieces, okay? And it is so well received. Our first 2 rounds are fully booked and closed it, and this is our last and final admission, okay, into the classes. So Mr. Koh will be teaching both math and science classes. He has taught for 15 years in MOE schools, and he has also received the Most Caring Teacher Award. He is the principal of Bedok branch, and this class we are only admitting 30 pupils, only 30, okay, not more than 30. So he has also helped many students. Wow. Learned and they taught the class. This is really an amazing class. Everybody in that class taught. And this one, the pupil really very happy to receive such a testimonial and very encouraging for teachers that this child came was like 79 and after attending lessons, learning the ABC technique, he scored full marks. Okay, we even had pupils who stayed with us from primary 3 right up to primary 6 and even in secondary still with us now. Yeah, Nancy is like teaching them in secondary now. Yeah, they still come back to us. And this Caden, he's not the only one. He's just one of the many pupils who just always enjoys lesson, always has something positive to say, going home so excited and looking forward to more lessons. And when we say, there's no lesson today because it's public holiday, he gets really, really upset. I think this is what we have planned, and we wanted a positive influence for the pupils. We have resigned from MOE. We have, left that place, and we want to do something different to the group of pupils at BlueTree. So, very little scolding takes place. We are very firm teachers. We just want them to be happy. When they are happy learning in the environment, they will learn. Don't you agree, mummies and daddies who are listening? And you probably will be wondering how the lessons are conducted, right? So the PSLE prep class, right, is all conducted online, okay? You don't have to travel to us at the comfort of your home. Right after school, finish your homework, have dinner, and 7:30, join us for lesson for 1 hour per week. So there are 20 math classes and 20 science classes, each one 1 hour long, coached by Teacher Cole. These are the topics that I've handpicked that are important for the year. And these are the science topics that the pupils don't really do well. So we like to reinforce this. And who is it for? Really, I must tell you, the program is not for everybody. We have various programs at BlueTree, and they are customized for different types of students of different learning needs, okay? So this PSLE prep, right, is for those who are very hungry, very, very hungry, wants to learn more, wants to find special ways to solve math questions, shorter way. So what I did for math is all the questions will be higher order thinking questions. They are all 4 and 5 mark questions, no MCQ discussed at all, okay? So they also must be willing to put in effort. And most importantly, parents are committed to support their children till the end of PSLE. So the best thing is that all the lessons will be recorded, uploaded, and after the lesson, even if your child missed the lesson because he's unwell that night, you can still watch the recordings. And even after the lesson, your child can watch the recordings again to review what has been taught 2 days ago. So 2 weekdays, that's all we need from you, 7:30 to 8:30. Friday is for math, and science happens on Wednesday. So you need more information, just email us at info@bluetreeeducation.com. We will provide the worksheets, notes, everything will be provided, but unfortunately, during this whole CB period, you really, really have to print the worksheets on your own. I'm not able to help you with that, okay? So what's the price like? $750 for each subject. So if you choose to take up only mathematics, okay, So today you have seen how teacher Nancy has taught some model drawing technique. Are there other methods of doing all these sums in some shortcuts? We will teach all these techniques and even more. So 750 for each subject. If you were to take up 2, it will be 1,005. But for viewers, all of you today that are sitting, in, we are going to give you a special price, okay, at $1,200. All right, so email us right now stating that you are interested in the PSLE prep. Leave your contact number and we will quickly get back to you shortly. Okay, only for the first 10 sign up. Okay, yeah, actually, yeah, it is happening right now already. So yes, so and it works out to be $30 per hour. It's actually cheaper than your tuition teacher that comes to your home, isn't it? Some coming at like charging you at $40, $50, or $80 per hour, right? So now we have the MOE specialist to teach you. So this is the best part of this whole package. Okay, Joe and I and all of us teachers, including Nancy, we all believe that what you have planned for your children must be suitable for your child. If you find that your child is not suitable, we're giving you a no question full refund guarantee. Why would we want your child to be in if it's not suitable for him, right? So you sign up, and if you find that your child at the end of the first session don't really like the program and just not suitable, just email us and we'll give you a full refund. Okay. Yes, I will push back the deadline because the sign up is like probably tonight or tomorrow. Okay. So more bonus if you take up by today. We'll throw in the P6 Science keyword book. We will also have analysis of your papers, followed by some video solutions that we will share with you. So these are the things that you'll be receiving if you sign up right now. Okay, so quickly drop us an email. The email is at the bottom, info@bluetreeeducation.com, and please type first 10. Remember to leave your contact number because by the time we get back to you and you don't get to the first 10, then it won't be nice, right? So quickly leave your contact number so that I can get in touch with you. All right, so once again, this is the timeline for my P6 parents sitting in, and P5, this is how you chart your plan for next year. Okay, so this is something that just want to have a heart-to-heart talk with all of you. Okay, I believe that before you put your children in primary 1, you have already thought of the schools. So what's after P6, isn't it? IP track for your kids, IB track, O-level track, right? And within O-level track, there are so many different types of streams. So this is the last two diagrams that parents would be able to, find it quite familiar. We all went through this before. So if you have a high aggregate score, right, you want to enter that school and, you might end up have to choose. But if you want to choose an express stream, then you may have some limited options. All right. So yeah, so think through about this one. Okay. So lastly, we really, really want to help your kids. Let us know whether, what else you would like to see and how else we can share different strategies and webinars to help you and support you at home as well. So remember to join us on our Facebook discussion group. I believe most of you are already in our discussion group. That's why you managed to get into chat today. I've actually upgraded my plan to have more than 100 people in, but yeah, you guys are the lucky ones because the rest were messaging me nonstop. They couldn't get in at all. So just go to Facebook, and just click BlueTree Math, and we'll continue to share some and math solutions in the chatbot with everyone. Okay. Thank you very much for your attention tonight. You are really an awesome team. Wow, my video is frozen. I couldn't do much with this. I may have to close the program. Yeah, Nancy, there is a poll. Do you think you can force stop my share and do the poll? Yeah, I have a second poll for the parents. You see if you're able to. Thank you very much, parents. Do you have any more questions to ask? Oh, so next week what happened is that there is a slight change in plan. Joe and I will be sharing on a Friday platform, and Nancy will postpone 1 week, you know, back. Okay, so we'll continue to run webinars on every Fridays. So yeah, join in if you are. So we'll send you emails with some more updates on the dates and changes. Okay, Nancy will definitely continue to share more math model drawing techniques.
Okay, if there's any type of questions that you want us to help you solve, like in terms of model drawing, that those type of questions that you have been desiring so much to know the solution to it, just go to our Facebook. Okay, there's this math chat group. Yeah, just go there, join our group, and then you can post your question, and we'll try to cover it during our next lesson.
Next lesson.
Parents lesson.
Okay, science webinar. Can you hear me, Nancy?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so for the next, parent asked about the science webinar. It will be next Friday. So please follow us on our Facebook to get all the information, like what's the link. Okay, yeah. Yes, next Friday. Next Friday will be math and science, then followed by subsequent math model drawing. Yes. Welcome to join. Yes.
Most of you say it's just nice. Thank you. Okay, really tried to tail it down so that it's understandable for all parents.
Rani, what is guesstimate questions? I have never heard of this term before.
Guesstimate.
Guess
Plus estimate.
No, there's no guessing question.
Guess
and check is a strategy, not a heuristic.
Yeah, there is some guess and check questions nowadays in the prelim paper coming out.
Yes. Yeah, thank you, parent.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us tonight. All right, have a good evening and have a good weekend. Thank you so much. Okay, we'll end the session here. Faith, yeah, they can't hear you. Faith, something wrong with your mic today.
You can't hear? No?
Okay, no, can.
Okay, yes. Okay. A parent mentioned about guess and check. Well, guess and check is actually a very, very small component. There's only, I wouldn't use guess and check for every question, you know, for PSLE. You will have no time to finish the paper at all. So usually we do guess and check for the supposition and the, what's it, assumption approach type of question. And that's like one main type. Yeah. Okay, so, I won't really share guess and check, really. So if your child is actually doing guess and check like more than half the time in the exam papers, that is really not the right approach. Okay, better seek help. Yeah. Good night, parents. Good night. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for attending. Good night.